there was one concert in early 2025 that most K-pop fans were waiting for, it had to be Aespa's. I went to the Oakland, California one, and tickets sold out so fast for this concert that when the resale tickets and scalpers came to resell those tickets, the tickets range, I believe, from $200 up, because so many fans just wanted to see one of the premier fourth generation female K-pop groups. So there's a lot to unpack from this Aespa concert. So here's what we're going to talk about. First will be the concert recap. Second will be the concert itself, what I noticed, what made the concert stand out, and so on. The third point will be that the girls were mostly all business, and there was very little interaction between the girls and the audience until the very end. Then we'll talk about a bit about the SM polish and what makes this concert stand out. And then we're going to talk about why this group is the premier 4th gen K-pop group. Then we'll talk about Bay Area chanting / barking. And the last topic might be a hot topic for many Aespa fans, and that is that I personally believe that SM needs to drop the virtual avatar / metaverse concept. It just didn't work, and this concert just reinforced my opinion on that. So stay tuned for that. For now, let's talk about the concert recap. So this concert was pretty much attended by a lot of K-pop fans in Northern California, from the San Francisco Bay Area all the way up to Sacramento and probably even further. And I saw a lot of my friends there, just either running into them or we messaged each other just before the concert to meet up for a minute or two before we took our seats. And it was a great reunion to see a lot of my K-pop friends that I haven't seen in months because of life. It's just tough to meet up with your K-pop friends. Aespa did just that. It pulled so many people that I haven't seen in such a long time. So even though this concert sold out fast, when I was going to the concert hours earlier, I didn't see many people on the subway train. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm just getting here a bit early, but that's kind of funny. A lot of the other big concerts I've been to, the subways to Oakland Arena, which the Aespa concerts held at, has been packed. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm getting here a little too early. Then I get out of the subway and I start walking towards the arena, and I still don't see many people. It feels like a ghost town. So for one of the biggest acts to perform at this venue, I'm walking through this corridor, over the bridge, down this slope towards the arena, and I still don't see many people. And there was a few people that I was walking next to that actually commented the same thing. Where is everyone? And I would soon find out where these people were. They got there even earlier than I. And as you see from this picture, there is an outside merch store outside the X-ray security line that you'll see pretty soon. So I didn't want to wait in that line, seeing that I needed to get my seat first. So I said, okay, I'm going to get merch a bit later. So I started lining up to the X-ray security line. So I'm waiting for this long line. And to be fair, it went by pretty fast. It was probably only about 20-25 minutes to get in, which is not too bad considering the amount of people that just started popping up out of nowhere, which was a far cry from just 5 minutes ago. So there was pretty much no one. I get past the security line. After that, I go into another line and then another line. So these lines actually took an additional 30-35 minutes just waiting until they let people in the arena. So I'm in the arena now and I'm like, okay, can I get merch? So I'm looking for the merch line and I find it. And as you can see from these pictures and this video, the merch line snakes all around the arena because Oakland Arena is like in a circular shape. So as I'm going through this circular hallway, continuous line of people that want to get merch, and I'm assuming there had to be at least 200 people deep in that line. And I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to get merch in time before the concert starts. I'm just going to find my seat. So I find my seat. I get there about an hour early, take some pictures of the venue, and as you can see right now, not many people are seated. They were getting food, still waiting in line to get into the arena, or buying merch, that very long line I just showed you. So after I'm done taking pictures of inside the arena where the show is going to take place, I just wander around for 30 minutes, meet a couple friends, until the concert starts. So the concert started at 8:00 p.m. sharp. the girls came out and played their first couple songs, the crowd went nutso. They're like, oh my god, it's Aespa! And even though Aespa's toured the US, I believe the third time, they've been here in 2022, 2023, and now 2025, this is their first time in the San Francisco Bay Area. So it meant a lot for a lot of us natives here to see Aespa at our hometown. So what did I notice from the concert? So first, I noticed the SM polish. So SM, as any K-pop fan knows, is part of the Big Four and has a lot of money to throw around. And for the Aespa concert, it was very apparent. They had 3 huge screens to show the girls. They had multiple camera angles, and they brought 8 backup dancers. You also saw so many wardrobe changes. They changed at least 4 or 5 times throughout the concert, and even their VCR intermissions, as well as a special cameo appearance by Navis, the Aespa virtual idol, had high quality and budget behind it. So during the 3rd song of the concert, which I believe was Salty and Sweet, I snuck out to get merch, specifically this t-shirt. I was trying to also get another t-shirt and a sweater, but they both sold out. So this t-shirt it is. And the line was so empty. 200, 300 person line that I showed you a while back was now gone because they were obviously watching the concert. And the waiting was literally 0 minutes because I was the only one in line. And apparently 1 or 2 other people caught on and they too skipped Salty and Sweet and went up after me to get merch. So after I got back to my seat, and I actually got back during the first VCR intermission. And what a VCR intermission is basically just a video that plays while the girls are going backstage to change her wardrobe and to get water and to take a bit of a rest. So the VCR for the Aespa concert, I felt could have been a lot more improved. So there was 5 of them scattered throughout the concert, and it was trying to show the story of how each girl lived in this parallel universe. But I felt the landing didn't stick. And rather than the story being enthralling or capturing the audience more, I saw that after maybe the 2nd or 3rd VCR, a lot of people would just use that intermission to go to the bathroom or get a drink of water or to even buy merch. So I felt like the narration in this VCR was kind of ham-fisted into the concert. It didn't really make sense too much thematically. People were confused and it just didn't fit the general vibe of the concert. So throughout this concert, Aespa played many of their bangers. They played Next Level, they played Black Mamba, Armageddon, and Supernova, to just name a few. And each member also played their solos. Now, 2 notable songs that were missing were Savage and Dreams Come True. And I really loved both songs, so I was a bit disappointed when they didn't perform either of those songs. But I'll tell you what was played. Navis's Done. So during one of the other intermissions, Navis, which is the group's female AI singer, started performing her song. And how do I say this nicely? If you thought the VCRs weren't well received, the Navis was even worse than that, sad to say, because there was a lot of fans that were snickering or laughing or didn't even know how to react to this, as you can see from this video here. A lot of people took the time to go back to the bathroom or get some more food or go to the merch line because people just weren't interested in Navis. They pretty much checked out and I saw no clapping at all. And it's even more sad because it was high budget. The voice, the AI model, the graphics. You can tell that SM put the budget behind Navis, but it just wasn't catching on. This is a big reason why I say that SM needs to cut the virtual avatar metaverse concept from Aespa as soon as possible, because Aespa is known to be a 4-person human group. I know that in 2020, Aespa was supposed to debut as 8 members, which is 4 human members, and the 4 AE counterparts to each human member. But I felt that ever since Lee Soo-man left SM Entertainment, that virtual avatar metaverse concept was his baby. And with that, it just basically fell to the wayside, and Aespa's songwriting team didn't do the best job in promoting it. So when people saw Navis perform at this concert, they were so bewildered and taken aback. They're thinking like, wait, SM is still promoting this virtual avatar metaverse concept? what the heck? And I heard similar comments like that when Navis was playing. So I think if SM cuts that lore entirely, it'll be a much stronger group. Because I'll say that Aespa is already a talented female group. They are the top female group in 4th gen alongside New Jeans. So they don't need this virtual idol concept. Leave that to say KDA, which pulls it off so much better than Aespa did. This is even more apparent when after Navis performed Done, Aespa came out back on stage and performed Whiplash. And you can hear the crowd going crazy after the girls reappear. Showing the 180 turn from when Navis was performing Done to now Aespa performing Whiplash. Another thing I noticed was that Aespa was all business. They didn't talk to the audience or really introduce themselves until probably like the 8th or 9th song. And even that intro was really fast. They just introed their names, they took a water break, and they performed. There was no banter, there was no let's play a wave game, there was no guess what I like the best here, or tell us which restaurant to visit in the Bay Area. There was none of that. It wasn't until the very end of the concert, about maybe 10 or 15 minutes left, when the confetti was going on and it was ready well during encore, that the girls started talking to the audience. And it was really funny because a lot of the members were trying their best to speak English and they sounded cute doing so, but then they had their translator translate how they felt in Korean, with the only member speaking English being Giselle, who is fluent in the language. It was really cool to see each of the members saying, hey, we really liked being in Oakland, we want to come back. Will you guys welcome us back if we come back in the future? Which obviously the audience is going crazy, like, yeah, we love you, Aespa. Some other things I noticed too is going all the way back to the beginning of the concert, when they were first introducing the members. I would have thought that the biggest cheers would be for Karina, who I would say is one of the it girls in K-pop today. But it wasn't only Karina that got the biggest cheers. It was tied with Giselle. It was Karina, oh my god, and then Giselle, oh my god. And then of course Winter and Ning Ning got their fair share, but I remember Giselle and Karina being the crowd favorites, at least here in Oakland. And at the end of the concert, Giselle was asking, okay, so what does Oakland have for like a special farewell or send-off? A lot of people said, woo, 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 or woo, 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 woo. And it's the Bay Area chant, but I do think a lot of times people turn that woo, woo chant into a barking sound, like a dog sound, like a rrr, rrr, rrr. And I don't know about you, but to me, when it gets to that barking sound, that I think it's a bit rude. And I think a lot of K-pop groups think it's kind of weird, unless you explain it to them. Like maybe a manager goes, okay, when they bark at you, it's not catcalling or they're not being rude to you, but that's a way of being affectionate towards the group and showing their appreciation. Having lived in Korea for so long, I've never heard barking at any Korean concert. And I've talked to some managers of K-pop groups that said that their groups are uncomfortable hearing barking. They're more used to people clapping, cheering, or saying their real name in fan chants. But barking or things that sound like barking, it makes a lot of groups uncomfortable. And when I've talked to people, people go, hey man, it's just our way of cheering or going woo, woo, woo. I understand that, but I think a lot of these fans also have to understand the Korean point of view, which it comes off as uncomfortable or catcalling, or you're showing that they're a dog. If the woo-woos were more pronounced or really didn't sound like a dog, I'd be totally for it 100%. So when I saw a lot of Bay Area fans telling Giselle the wooing and the dog barking combined, I don't know about that. I just cheered. I was like, woo, like this, woo, like that, you know? Go Giselle, go Aespa. And maybe that's the real hot take in this video, the barking, woo-wooing, I'm not for, rather than Aespa needs to cut out their virtual idol concept. I enjoyed the Aespa concert. It showed that Aespa is still on top of their game. I did notice though that there was a lot of lip syncing in the concert, and I know that it can't be avoided because you're doing choreography, and if you're trying to sing right at the same time, it's gonna tire you out right away. If you go to an Aespa concert or you'll watch a live recording of the concert, you'll see what I mean. One of the things I liked about Aespa when they first debuted was their powerful voices. I think they have some great voices. SM really knows how to make a group that has really good vocal talent, and Aespa is no exception. But despite the lip syncing, I did enjoy the Aespa concert a lot. I think they did a great job. The 2.5-hour concert was a total banger. I would definitely go again. And it's just great to witness one of the top female groups just perform, and SM just continuing to make some great groups. So hopefully we get to see them back in the US in the near future.
Our dreams come true.